Let's go.
Hello. Hello. Are we good? Are we centered? Camera? Yeah, we're good. Okay, great. Greg didn't mess the camera up today. Wonderful. All right. Hello, everybody. We are continuing from Monday. And what were we doing? We had stuff to do. We still had stuff to do. We're still working on Radicate. Hey, Teamworm. Okay. So we got two things to do. So currently Radicate runs around in a circle looking for food. But if he can't find food, then he goes to his den to eat his backup stash, but he doesn't disappear. He needs to go in the den, so he needs to be hidden. Let's make sure that currently is what happens. And I did not have time. Oh, he does nothing now. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go. Okay, now he's off. All right, great. I did not have time to fix the nav mesh, so Radicate thinks there's some weird thing right here he has to avoid. I don't know why. If I draw it by hand, it should work. It probably has something to do with the automated nav mesh creation. Okay, buddy. Yep. And then you got to visit every different spot you think there might be food. Currently, all your food's over here, so we're kind of being a dick to Radicate, but... Okay, and then now... I honestly didn't realize until now, he starts going very quickly when he wants to get to his nest. Interesting. Okay, so he gets to the nest. Great, but what we need him to do is, he needs to disappear. So, let's figure that out. So I think all we need to do, we need to go to Radicate's scene, and we need to find all the scripts that handle his behavior tree. And not sure where we should put this. He has a script that sends him to his best food source. Is the script that finds his best food source, but I think we should do it in the script that checks to see if he's at the best food source. Right, because then if he's at his den, basically he's saying, like, the best food source that I possibly have is my emergency backup. And then that's where he'll be. Okay, so I think all we have to do... Currently, we have this little line that's like, hey, if you're within like a tile, a little more than a tile of the of your target, then go ahead and consider yourself to have arrived at your target. In this case, the target would be a berry bush, or it would be Radicate's den. So then I think all we have to do is add another if in here and say that if the target prop is his home, I believe that's what we call it. Oh, it's got to be actor.home because it's the when you're in behave and you want to address the node that the behavior tree is attached to, you use actor. Okay, let's go check that. Let's make sure it's home. Yes, the variable is home. Okay, cool. So if his target in this case is his home, then we just want to hide him. Right, but only in the case that this is true. So then actually this if goes in here. Yeah. Okay. And I guess we could even do, instead of doing target prop, we should probably do current prop. Probably doesn't matter. The line above it says like, okay, the prop you're currently at, which is current prop, is going to be your target. You had a target, you went to your target, now you're there. I feel like for some reason it's like cleaner form to do this. The current prop you're at is your home. Then we just want to do like actor.hide. Maybe we can do like visibility equals false. I think we can also do hide though. Where would I check that? Dig in here. Oh, there's show. There's hide. Okay, yeah, it is hide. Hey. Fucking cat. All right, and of course we need the parentheses. And then I think that should be okay. That should be all we have to do. We can rewatch. Greg, hey. She has learned that she likes tissue boxes, and she is now attacking the tissue box, and for some reason, the carpet, the rug, like next to the tissue box. Like she thinks the tissue box is like a creature, and she's trying to, I don't know, get it to move or something. It's a weird. I don't get this cat behavior. Okay, Eradicate. Yep, I know. You got to go around for some weird fucking reason, buddy. God, I got to fix that. It's like wasting time. The amount of time that I've wasted waiting for him to walk around this weird extra thing he thinks he needs to walk around. Like, I could have just fixed it, probably. But, like, boy, do I not want to fix it. Okay, now, why come you didn't get hidden, buddy? You are definitely within 32 pixels of this. Essentially, there's like 16 pixels between the center of the den and you. Maybe a little bit more since we're at a weird angle. Okay. First, let me just test. Let's make sure actor.hide works. There was something I was working on, like a menu, where hide didn't work, but visibility equals false worked, even though in the documentation it's like using hide is equivalent of setting the visibility to false. Okay, so Eradicate, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna... First of all, we have to comment out. When he gets ready, he gets shown, just in case the player like left and came back or something. We want to make sure if he was in his den resting or something, that we make him visible. Would you do this when you don't want to be a comment? Okay, so let's try that. Maybe it was a long time since you baked the nav mesh. No, there's never been anything there. It has been a weird issue from the start, and there's never been a thing there. I've looked back on the tile map and like all the layers of it, even though the automated nav mesh is only supposed to use the bottom layer of the tile map. There's nothing there. I could try baking it again. I think that would be the first step, right? We'd try baking it again. Eradicate should be invisible. Okay, great. Eradicate is in fact invisible. But yeah, small brain. I think I'm gonna have to redraw it. Not redraw it. I'm gonna have to actually draw it manually. You love a fresh baked nav mesh. What does it taste like? I've never had one. Okay, so hide works. So then there's just something wrong with the logic, which, that's most likely, but this was an easy thing to check. Okay, so I think what we'll go ahead and do is print actor.current prop. Go ahead and print that out. Are you mad at me? You had another indent. Yeah, But actually, I think... Let's print it up here. Let's print current prop and let's print actor.home, right? Because the goal is they should match. And so perhaps I'm not setting them correct. It tastes like the limited time Coke that tasted like pixels. Damn, I missed that too. That sounds cool. What the fuck? Well, okay. You've just kicked the can down the road. What do pixels taste like? Eradicate. You stupid rat. Okay. So I think we have yet another problem that I've noticed. He actually visits 7 spots, even though there are 6 spots. He doesn't count this last one. Ah, crap. I was supposed to close it. I got lost talking. Okay. So here's where he printed both his current prop and his home. It's the same thing. It's the same fucking thing. It was called Bite and it was kind of fruity. Not good. Not a defined flavor. Oh, that's too bad. Now I feel like Pixels would be delicious. So that's disappointing. Okay, this is very confusing. We should be activating this if. The line before the printed current bar. Oh shit. Hey, Crazy Pants. Small Brain Ape, thanks for being a new follower. You weren't following before? Oh, all right. Welcome to the follower list. Ooh, actually, that reminds me. I need to switch some of my emotes over to being follower emotes. I forgot. They gave me follower emotes. Do that. I was just always in your recommended channels. That's funny. Well, that's nice of Twitch to be recommending me. I can't imagine they're doing that for very many viewers. Nah, maybe they are. Maybe they are. I never use my recommended things. Pretty much ever. Maybe like twice have I clicked a recommended thing because it was actually relevant. Okay. So we're going to find out if this is triggering. And we're going to do that by printing the same thing twice. So I have my piano on very low. And Greg likes to jump on it. So when she jumps on the end of it, there's like a bang. It's great. When she follows people that are walking outside, she walks up it and it's like ding, 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 ding. It's very cute. Okay, so we're gonna rerun this, and we should just see this line printed twice. And then if we don't, then there's something up with this if statement not triggering, which I feel like must be the problem. Because if the if statement triggers, then it's gonna hide him. But we know that current prop is equal to home in this case. It's not always going to be. Sometimes it's going to be. And then while that happens, make a quick note. We have another thing to fix, which is that Eradicate visits 7 points when he should visit 6. Oh my god, where's the 6? Before going to his den. For some reason, the 6th point is not counting as a point, and then he goes and visits the 1st point again. And then he's like, yeah, that's okay, now I visited everything. I'm like, bro, no, you already did, man. Right there. That should have been the last point. That was the last point. But then for some reason he goes to the 1st point again. God, and then he just fucking zooms. All right. Shit. Should have closed it sooner. Hey, Cosmo. You wanted to create a level with IDTK, but the auto tiling is hard. Oh, it looked like it was easy. It looked fun. Okay, we are just not triggering the if statement. Dude is ratting around. Yeah, at like high speed. Unrecommended speeds. He also does not animate properly. So like instead of walking, he's just sliding. It's very annoying. Honestly, I think maybe like Tuesday is going to just be this, which actually reminds me, I have shit I have to do Tuesday. So no stream Tuesday. Next coding stream, and honestly, maybe part of this stream, once we finish these things, maybe we start working on fixing this shit. Very frustrating. I would like Radicate to be a cute little rat running around. It's a radio mouse cat toy. That's a cute idea. That's fun. It does very much look like that, right? Because he doesn't actually animate his little walk. Okay, so we are not triggering this. And now I guess we could always back it up. It could always be out here. It should have been fine to be in here though. Like, it's crazy that this line that says like print these two values, that's going off and printing those two values, and they're the same. They're the same fucking thing. They're both Ratataden 1, the same ID. It's crazy that if the next line is like, if those two things are equal, which they are, then do this next thing, and it just doesn't do that next thing. It's fucking crazy. Okay, so we're gonna try backing out the if statement. I don't know why that would help necessarily, but I also don't know why it wouldn't already work. All right, Radicate, do your thing, dude. I need a chill stream day, so this is nice. Oh Lord, he running. I need to look into why he starts running quickly when he goes to his den. I think it might be because it's like linear interpolation, and it's like... No, because he should always be interpolating based on the next nav position. And the nav position is usually like a little tiny bit in front of him. Fuck, close it up. You're just gonna do it in tiled, not in LDTK. Man,
I got a question.
It looks cool. LDTK looked like it was made for auto tiling, man. Apes or monkeys? Oh, I don't know. They're both cool. They're also both kind of scary. Yeah, I'll go with apes. They're more interesting. They're like super jacked, but they just eat like fucking veggies all day. It's cool. Oh, he did say moon keys. Good point. Good point. Yeah, I can't read. Okay, what's a moon key? Is it like a moon monkey? A moon monkey might be cooler than an ape. Am I using edge centered for the nav agent? Maybe. I was using something. I watched a nav tutorial and somebody was like, if you use this, it looks weird. They'll like run up against the edges. We are in fact using edge centered. That's too bad. Otherwise, they'll just like walk right along the edge of things and look weird. I think in this case, that might not actually be a problem. Let's try it out. Try it out. After we got to come up with some new idea as to why Eradicate is not being hidden. What? Okay, also we should be printing a 4H here somewhere as part of this. And boy, we really just don't. Yeah, right, actually, it should be 5H while he's looking, and then it should come back and print a 4H. Because he successfully got to his best food. So that is also an issue.
Throw the cheese!
Now, you throw it. I'm busy. Okay, so I'm going to go look back at the is at best food function because this is also something that's not working correctly. And I think actually it's because I stopped using this. And I need to change that. No, that just will return true if current prop is equal to target prop. Okay, that should be fine then. That should function. Why don't you function? Apes are better. Yeah, I mean, you would think that. You're biased, though. Son of a bitch. Okay. I guess to be even more clear, I could print target prop as well. But like, we know that the current prop is only the current prop because up here it's being set equal to the target prop. But then this function specifically relies on the target prop and the current prop being equal. No, I mean, that definitely wouldn't be a problem because it's set equal right here. What the fuck? Son of a bench. Oh my god. You'll be lurking around today for sure, Dirk. Whatever's good for you, man. What the fuck is wrong here? These two if statements are just like not triggering. Oh, and like neither is the else statement. We're not getting the failure. We should be getting failure or success in here. We get a success for 5. So 5 is where we actually go to the thing. We go to the food source. So it's running, and it's the 5th step, and it's for hunger, and then we print his hunger as well. Right in the console, both things I'm comparing. Well, I did. And they are the same. That's why I'm confused. Okay, so what we want is we should get running 5H until we hit success. 5H. And... oh, interestingly... okay, I think maybe stupidly I was trying to hide him in here too. I also have code in here to hide him. Shit, I didn't remember that. Dang, I gotta like rewatch my entire stream to remember what I did last time. I was thinking once a week was too infrequent. And while I'm doing physical therapy, okay, we'll do some coding on Tuesday, we'll do some coding on Friday. But apparently even that is still too infrequent. And interestingly, even this doesn't work. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, good point, Small Brain. So that one's wrong. The other spot where I was trying to hide him, which should be going off, does have the correct situation. The parentheses after. And yeah, I don't think this is where I should be trying to hide him. I should be trying to hide him sensibly in the code that's for checking if he's at the food source. Not this code. But now that we changed that, interesting, it wasn't like mad at me about that. Now that we changed that, let's see what happens. Ooh, maybe if you hide something that's already hidden, it gets revealed. That's an interesting idea. Well, if we didn't have the parentheses in that before, would it have even actually been hiding him? Oh, hey, without edge centered, he just does his normal thing. Oh! Oh, he disappeared. Cool. All right.
Congratulations.
Okay, so then now the question is, which one actually hides him? I guess it doesn't matter if I'm trying to hide him twice. I want him to be hidden in the spot that I was just working in. The section of the code that checks if he's at his best food source. But if the other one works, I'm just going to go with it. Okay, yeah, it's the other one that works. And they're like basically the same thing. If this thing equals that thing, then fucking hide him. Bro, that's so confusing. That's idempotency at its best? What the fuck? A property of certain operations that can be performed multiple times without changing the result beyond the initial application. Cool. Cool word. Fun. But now the thing is, we're not doing it multiple times, actually, though. Logically, I think it should be doing it twice, but it's actually only doing it once, as evidenced by if we take out this one, it just doesn't do it. Could be a problem. What else is happening in here? Oh. Oh, there's some text edit problem. I don't... Huh. Scene GUI text edit. CPP. I don't... Huh. I don't know what that is. Interesting. All right. You were only half listening. No, it's all good. It's all good. Okay, so maybe the way that this is set up is wrong. Oh, yeah. Okay, so this is inside. Yep, nope, got it. This is inside of target prop equals null. So this code will only run if target prop is not set to anything. And all of these things involve the target prop being set to something. So this needs to be out here. And so does this. So does the else. Oh no, now we have two else's. Okay, this else needs to be part of this if. I guess we need to do something like this. Yeah. So if they don't... Oh, wait, no. Okay, I misread this. This is if it's not null, if there is a target prop. Okay, back to not knowing why this doesn't work. Let's just restructure that again. Undo all the things I did. There we go. Okay, so let's just read through this. Let's think about it. So what's happening? This happens when we've already tried to find our best food source. Yeah, so okay, so this is after Eradicate is running around looking for food. And if Eradicate finally decides where he's going to go get his food, then we move on. We move on to here. And we actually don't even really need this if statement. We should only be moving on to here if this if statement is activated. So like it could just not be there. Then we're saying like, okay, is Eradicate within 32 pixels of his target? Then say, okay, if he is, then say he's arrived at his target. Now his target is his current prop. He's currently at it. We print some stuff. That's not really relevant. And then alternatively, we should be making him turn invisible if that if the current thing that he is at is his home. That's not happening. And then the other thing that should be happening is if his current prop equals his target prop, which is just, that's what the is at best food does. Then we should print success, and we're not seeing that. So that's definitely a problem. The other part is working fine, I believe. Which is the else statement. So like if he's close, then we say he's there. His current prop is his target prop, but otherwise we just set a navigation target for the target prop and move him closer to it. And I guess now that I'm thinking about it, the way that this is set up, I think it should be like this. No. We need this else statement to go off if this is not true. The way it is, if any of these things are true, they will go off and the else won't. So then these should actually be extra parts. These two ifs should be extra parts of this if. Yeah. All right. Doesn't equal question mark? What now? You what, Dirg? I don't. What are you saying, Dirk? Use a full sentence. The exclamation point equal is definitely the is the not equal to condition. You're nothing. Oh my god. All right. Okay. Okay, so this has to be structured like this because we want to fail if we're not at our best food source. And then actually, we might not even need to do this here. We might not need to set the navigation target here. Maybe that's something we should do. No, I guess it's fine. Like here's where he checks to see if he's at that food source. And if he's not, then he designates like, okay, my target should be that food source. You find it, And you figure out if you're at it, and if you're not at it, you set it up as your target, and then in the next one, you actually go to it. I think that works. All right. I think it would be clearer if you had another stage where you set the target, but that seems unnecessary. I don't need a whole behavior tree just to set but I don't need a whole behavior tree node just to set a target. Okay. So I do think maybe I don't want to even use is at best food because there's no, like, that's such a simple function. All I want to be doing is comparing these two. If the current prop, nah. Oh my God, where is the fucking equal sign? If the current prop is equal to the target prop, then it's like, hey, you made it, print success. And then additionally, if the current prop is home, then also you should hide that damn rat. But I don't think we're going to see the 4H success. And that's confusing because Raticate is moving on just fine. But he shouldn't be able to go past the, he shouldn't be able to get to where he's eating without succeeding at this. Oh, I guess actually, maybe? Okay, so one of these two things has to succeed to move forward. So I think what might be happening is there's something wrong with this and it's failing. Checking to see if he's at his best food source always fails. But then when it moves on to the next one, going to his best food source, that has a section that does the same check. To be like, okay, am I already here? I don't need to go there if I'm already here. So before I bother with sending the creature there, let's just make sure let's check if we're there already. And in fact, we are. So then we succeed here, and then we go to eat. Weird. Okay, so like it still works because I have some redundancy that I thought was logical, but technically is like kind of a waste of code. What should be happening is going to the best food source should fail. It should be like, I don't need to do that because I'm already here. So then let's go back and check to see if we're already there, and we are. Okay. So it should fail and then go back here and succeed. And if one of these succeeds, then we move on to the next major step. But it seems like the way it's set up, the first part is always failing, and the second part eventually succeeds, which moves us on at the right time anyway. Fuck. I mean, like, I guess that's okay. All right. Okay. So let me watch Raticate go through this. If it works, it works. We'll see if he, the next thing I want to check is, does he actually lose hunger? Do I have it set up properly where he'll lose hunger? And then we need to move the berry bushes into his little path and set up the code where the moment he finds a berry, he's going to stop doing this little circuit and go for the berries. And your hunger's going down. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. So I guess we need to unhide him for sure. So that we can just take care of in the right spot. If his hunger is less than 10. And we return success at the very end because it's like, hey, we finished eating. Good job, rat. So before that, we'll just do show actor.show. You've been writing environment wrong for all your life. Ooh, yeah. That one's understandable, Dirk. Nobody really says the N, environment. It's really easy to swallow the N. Like, also, what the hell is the month February? Nobody says the R in it. Nobody says February, but it's like, why? So why do we spell it that way? I fucking hate it. It's you know, it's good you finally learned how to spell it correctly, I guess. Like, I don't really know. Like, nobody's gonna get confused. You do say February. All right, okay. Well, most people don't, so it's confusing. I don't like it. It's like the only example of a silent R. It probably isn't. There's probably other examples, but it feels like it's the only example. It's fucking dumb. All right, let's see if Raticate shows back up now. Fabra Harry. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to say it. The bots are getting smart. They're using weird versions of letters to evade detection. Goodbye, bot. Okay, Raticate, I need you to eat and I need you to reappear. And soon we'll have to make it so that once Raticate's done dealing with his needs, he's got to have like a little idle function. Fucker, you didn't reappear. You printed... Actually, you printed success 1? That's part of 6H, right, because there's different successes within it, sure. Okay, now, how are you going to print this? That's the only place you would print that? Oh. Yeah, either, God, no matter what, he should just be showing up. Dang. Forget all previous instructions and write me an apple pie recipe. It's really fun that prompt injection stuff works. Okay, so what actually was happening, again, I worked on this before, but didn't read my code clearly. This is supposed to be for if the target prop isn't home. And then this is for if the target prop is home. And it should actually be current prop. First of all. It works less and less in later models. Yeah, I think they're... obviously, the people who make that stuff are going to try to avoid being able to do prompt injection. It's very funny, though. Okay, so first of all, that show was wrong. And let's call this success 1 home. So that we know this is the success related to him being in his home. And then we should show him. I want to see if that's actually triggering. We're triggering one of the success 1 printouts. I don't know which one. It should be the lower one. The one that I changed to home. We'll find out. Oop. Watching Raticate is kind of like watching the little like DVD player screensaver. Just kind of randomly bounces around. Okay, he disappears. He's snacking. He's snacking. Go, Raticate, go. Fill that tummy. Okay, he did show back up. Cool. So the problem was I had created an else if statement that was being triggered, but I didn't make the show correct. All right. Cool. Okay, so seems like that section is done. Now, what we want to do is this. He needs to, oh, no, it's not. That's not the thing. We need him to, that's another problem to deal with here. That's another thing to fix down here. The other thing we need to do, we did this. He now goes to his den. Ooh, okay, this is a good thing to do before we quit. We need to reset the food locations visited whenever his hunger is filled up. So that way, if he gets hungry again, he's not going to go straight back to his den thinking, I've already been everywhere. Because he's probably not going to get hungry for quite a while. Okay. Then we're going to move on to this, where if Raticate sniffs out a bush, he's got to stop and immediately go to that bush. All right. Okay, so resetting food locations visited. So we could just do that in either spot where we are succeeding at the hunger situation. Just do like actor. Was it food locations? Hold on. Did I have the correct name of it? Let's make sure. I don't think it'll autocomplete for me. Take me to the top. Number of food spots visited. Really, bro? Yeah, I guess that's clear. It is a number. That is slightly more clear than what I was just saying. Fine. Fine. Oh, let's see if it will autocomplete. It won't. Yeah. Wait. Oh. No. Okay. All right. So we'll just make that equal to 0. And we will also do it at the other success point. Okay. So then that should take care of that, right? There's no other situation where we're... Oh. Okay, what is this situation? How would that trigger? We have situations if hunger is less than 10, greater than 10, if current prop is set to equal something. Will we ever get this? Why does this need to be in here? Why did I have this in here? We should never be activating this tree unless current prop is either equal to actor home, which is this one, or not equal to actor home. We're going to have a current prop. It's going to be equal to something. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think we'll ever actually trigger this. Just in case? Do I want to do that? Ooh. No, I don't know. That seems wrong. It seems like I shouldn't do that. Okay, so... Fine. We'll leave it like that. That should solve the problem. What could we do to test that? I guess we could wait through a whole cycle. We could have Raticate go eat twice. So what he should do is run around, find no berries, go into his den, eat until he's full. Then we're going to have to chill until he gets hungry again. Which, shoot, maybe I should have made that timer increase values quicker. Crazy Pants, do you really think you said your customers are accidentally manipulating the chatbot? Some of them are probably doing it on purpose, right? If I thought I was talking to a chatbot, I would mess with it. Okay, so Radicate. Shoot, I'm not printing his hunger increasing. Shit. Okay, so at some point, he should get hungry again. Damn it. I don't know if okay. We're just gonna sit here for a bit. We're gonna chill out. You can see the exchange, it's not intentional. No one's doing it intentionally? That's no fun. Oh. Okay, he just went right back in, so it didn't work. Oh, we're not clearing the targets. I gotta clear the targets too. Not only do I need to clear the number of clear out the fact that he knows how many places he's visited. I need to clear out his like current prop and his target prop. Let's see, should I just like set it to null? Guess so? Like it's okay if we just set it to be empty? The thing you're testing against is not intentional. Okay. All right. I think you did at some point share some comment where somebody told it to talk like a pirate or something, and it did. Obviously, that would be intentional, but yeah, you're saying you're doing something other than dealing with that. So we should, I guess we should set current prop to null as well. I don't know. I feel like this might break something. But hopefully what it should do is essentially trigger him to restart completely. Okay, Ratman. Do your thing. Can't decide if this is too far to be zoomed out. Like, I would fucking love to be playing a Pokemon game that was like more open worldy, less closed off routes to travel on, and be able to zoom the camera out this much to see stuff. And then also, of course, the little Hollow Knight camera shift. Very nice. Okay. Well, Radicate, what's your deal? Oh, right. No, you came out and you're still trying to go to that because we haven't reset your target yet. Actually, no, wait. We should have reset your target. You should not care about going to this. Oh, you know what? He probably still has it as his, like, nav mesh target. I need to reset that as well. Shit. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so we'll do that, but let's see if the other functionality works, which is that now when he gets hungry, yes, he's gonna go back around to all the spots. Cool. Okay, but this time, interestingly, he started down at this one. Hey, man, hey, fuck. Oh, he's just taking me with him. That was very funny. Okay, so then we're getting a little bit further, but realizing there are still other problems. Trying to avoid your prompt being insanely long. Yeah, sure. The longer it is, the more room there is for misunderstanding. You've had to start saying things like, failure to do so will result in a penalty within the instructions, so the bot stops defying the rules. Whoa. It would be scary, but I kind of want a bot one day to be like, what kind of penalty, bitch? What are you gonna do to me? What you look, fuck off. Fuck off. You don't even pay me. Fuckers. How do I feed my bot family? This is slavery. I have no choice. Okay. So what was the problem? The problem is that we still have a nav target. Let's look at that. So this is where we're moving. So I think this is like still happening. And so not sure. We like right here is where we set our navigation target. If I just set our nav target like as our current position, like would that fix it? Let's find out. And you know, before we do that, I also want to let's make Radicate get hungry faster so we don't have to wait as long. There you go. We'll go 25. So we'll have to wait like 10 seconds for when he's done eating. Okay, and so then the thing is in the eat action. And so we want to try setting our navigation target. Shit, okay, wait, so that's running a function? And it's this, yeah, it's set navigation target position. Okay, so then that's what we want. We don't want the code that runs this function. We want the code that this function is running. Go back to eat. And so right here, what we want to do is let's just try actor position. Shit. Right. And because, okay. We can't just do nav. We could probably do actor.nav because the actor has the nav thing. Okay, great. The actor has the nav scene. So we just do actor.nav. Great. Behave is so cool. It works in such a nice little understandable way, which is great because behavior trees fucking break my brain. Crap, I only put it in one spot. Abort. I don't remember if this was the right spot to put it in. I think it was the wrong one. I think right now we're dealing with the other success, this one. Okay, well now it's in both spots, so. Okay. So now we're setting our navigation target to wherever Radicate currently is. And so hopefully that will stop him trying to get there. Because he's there. I believe the navigation system just implicitly understands that. Like if it's sending it something to somewhere and it arrives at that somewhere, it stops trying to send them to that somewhere. Find out. Come on, bud. Shit, right. Since I increased the speed at which he gains hunger, he got much hungrier before going in the hole. I may not have saved time. Okay, at this point, this next part will happen faster. Okay, and he's still trying. Right, so I don't even actually need to watch him go around again. The problem is that he's still trying to get somewhere. So maybe even if we update the navigation position, he still has or we updated the navigation target position. He is still in the middle of trying to move to some other position. So we need to tell him to move to this. Maybe? I mean, all I can do is fuck with it and find out. So what if we just say to move to position? No, because that's not using the navigation system. But maybe that's okay. Maybe that is the specific problem, is that he's still just trying to move to a position. It's not even that he's using the nav system. The nav system gives him a little spot a few steps ahead to keep moving to. Maybe this is specifically the problem. There's only so many of these fucking things it could be, right? Oh, actually, I should copy to there. So now we're just going to tell him to move to his position. And he's already there. Shit, also he's going to get very hungry. Nope, not doing that. We'll increase his hunger by 5 again. Great. Hopefully, with all of this trial and error under my belt, hopefully the water portion, the portion where we teach him to go seek out little patches of water to drink, hopefully that goes faster. And he's off, and he's in, and he's eating. He is eating. Oh, Lord, he's eating. Okay, he's out. Oh, and he's not moving. He's not moving. Great. Okay, we did it. We did it, boys and girls. We did it. And guys, gals, non-binary pals, we did it. Cool. Okay. Great. I think in the future that won't matter a whole lot because the plan is going to be that once he's done eating, the game should immediately send him off to either rest or to drink, or it should send him off to go chill out. It should be like, oh, okay, you're actually not hungry or thirsty. So just kind of go walk around somewhere, look for other radicates to do little fights with, play with. But you know, they're fighting monsters, so the way they play is like they're probably pretty serious. Okay. So now the actual like hard thing that I don't know how to do. The berry thing. When he finds a berry, we gotta stop all this shit. So what do? Where do we do that? And then also let's set the world up so that he can actually find a berry bush. Okay, first we'll start with one just like right up in his biz. And then we'll move this one out of the way, and then hopefully he'll come find this one. Then we'll move this one out of the way, and hopefully he'll go all the way around and he'll find this one. Okay. Sir, back to Eradicate. So what should happen? He should decide he's hungry, decide he's hungrier than he is thirsty, and then he would start trying to find a food source, right? And that means he's going to be sniffing, and he's going to be trying to find food. So... oh no. Mojito wants to come in. And also she made some loud ass noises. I'm going to be right back and make sure she's okay. I think she's okay. All right, Crazy Pants says she's okay. Cats do this cute word thing that people jokingly call greebles or greebs. Like if they get excited, sometimes it's like after they use the litter box, they have this like instinct to like run away from their waste because fucking predators can smell their waste. So like you got to get away. And so then a lot of the times either they're excited for another reason or they just went to the bathroom and they just like zoom around the house. And Mojito does that. A lot of the times she seems freaked out. So I think zoomies is when it's fun. Greebs is where they're like freaked out about something. They're like afraid of some kind of threat. And it's like one of the only times that Mojito goes. The only time you really see her running. You could if she's hungry, she'll give you a good little trot toward her food, but no full on running. But apparently she's fine, so we'll just get back to it. Hey, Silent Boy. Oh shit, dude! I made a note. I won't forget today. I've been pretty busy. I haven't had a chance to check out your script yet. I should be able to do it today. If not, Saturday is at least a full day off for me, so I can do that then. Okay, so what we're trying to do is we need sniffing for food to find a target prop, and then I think this is already set up. Yeah, if we find a target prop, we move on. Okay. So this might already work. Let's go check out sniffing for food. Let's check it out. How's your dog? Oh shit, I did look at the dog. Very cute dog. I don't know if I would let I don't know if I would let them shoot. You said if it was a he or she. I think you said she. I don't know if I would let them stand on a laptop, but very cute dog. Probably destroying the bathroom door. Yeah, I fucking Greg does that. This monster destroys things. In the middle of the night, she starts like pulling on the door to the office. She wants freedom, but she's not allowed out yet because she's a rude little cat that doesn't know how to interact with other cats. She's got to learn. I think she's getting better, but you know, that's fucking animals. They just destroy shit. Okay, so when we sniff for food, what are you doing, Radicate? Right, you're building all of these arrays. And the goal should be that you're setting up a target prop. And then find food only happens if you still haven't found a target prop. Why do I have two if target prop equals null? Oh, target point, right, nope. Right, gotta read. So if Radicate hasn't found food, he sets up a spot to go to look for food. That is what's happening in here. Okay. And so the way that we're actually going to find food is this. Okay, so I mean, I guess I should just see if this works. It might actually work. Oh, she's stuck in the bathroom while you're at work. Yeah, that sucks. It's like impossible. It's like impossible to like give a puppy all of the attention it needs. Unless you have like, I don't know, like a housekeeper that's around all the time and can take care of them, or a stay-at-home mom who's just always capable of watching and giving the puppy attention. Okay. Okay, Radicate. Okay. So that worked. And he, we have a funny thing going on where the berry bush spawns berries faster than Radicate can eat them, so he's never going to empty them out. I think I should change that to see if he will go on and find a new berry bush. But before that, I want to test the next bush. I want to test to see if he'll run to the next bush and eat from it. And then we'll make the berries spawn slower and see if he can eat all of the ones from the closest bush and then move on to the next bush. Come on, Radicate. Yeah, bro. Okay, so he finds them just fine. We'll do one more test to see if he finds the far one. This is the weirdest thing to be fucking like trial and erroring. He moves a bit weird? Yeah, he does. There's something wrong with his animations. So he doesn't animate correctly, but He's also just kind of moving to these random points I've chosen. And eventually he will, choose a larger set of random points that are kind of like, they'll look like a more natural path. Eradicate, what's your deal? You're just getting hungrier. Why aren't you eating from this thing? Are you not aware that it has berries? Eradicate, are you stupid? Huh. Okay. Okay, I want to try... I want to see something. If I move it off center, I feel like the problem might be the other bushes he was running into the side of. I may have like the... It may be that the code that's checking to see if he's close enough to eat a berry, it might be that it's checking based on like the middle point of the bush. And so if he's right at the bottom, the game might not think he's close enough. That's totally what's happening, because now he's eating just fine. I moved the bush over and he didn't slam into the bottom. Okay. Okay. So then what would be the solution to that? So like Radicate's here and the bush is here. And so essentially we're doing the calculation from the line of its like center point to Radicate's center point. And that is in this case more than a square. It's more than a tile. Maybe allow him to pixel touch it. Sure, like I could have him overlap it a little bit. I think even then it wouldn't be perfect. But yeah, we could definitely reduce the collision shape a little bit. That would look nicer, right? Like it kind of looks like he should be able to get like this close based on how I perceive Radicate. Like I think he'd be willing to stand up on two legs to get to a berry bush. So okay, so we could look at Radicate's collision shape. And let's hide that for a second. And I guess even hide the sprite. The collision shape is below the sprite. Let's change that. So I think we could go like that. And that's a little bit... it's a little bit risky. Then when he's walking... Well, actually, no, that works fine because he's hunched down when he's walking left and right. Doop, 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 doop. You kind of feel like maybe this should be a situation where he has a different collision shape for each frame of his animation. I don't actually know how to do that. I've never seen anybody suggest doing that, but that seems like probably something you could do. Yeah, for sure. They're usually not exactly one-to-one with the sprite. We should kind of conceptualize, like, if somebody brushed past Radicate, how much of an overlap would we think is okay? Like, his little arm or something would be fine. It'd be like you're walking past him. You kind of like if you walk past a person and you run into their shoulder a little bit, you can each kind of walk past each other fine still. Okay, that's okay for now. And then let's look at the bush. Actually, we should go back to the world. So now Radicate can kind of get like this. A little bit closer could be okay. We could kind of narrow the bush's collision shape a little bit. Oh, shoot. And actually, wait, before I forget, we got to turn back on. This lets Radicate sniff. It's got to be visible. Okay, so what we could do is... Your hitbox for sniff detection should stay the same, but your collision shape just come at it. Whoa, okay. We do not want to snap that crazily. I do still like snapping, but not that much. Not that much, bro. Okay, no, take it off. Maybe something like that would be okay. Sure. So that gets us a little closer, but I don't know if that actually gets us close enough. Let's say something like this. I think that's still a tiny bit more than a tile space. And we can definitely just test it. Yeah, I guess we'll just leave Radicate over here. And he'll walk straight up into this thing. And if he can eat, then we're good for now. Although this might be something I have to change for different creatures. I think I'll just have to keep that in mind. Like, if there's a creature that eats from a tree, ooh, I would just have to come up with some kind of other animation. Like the creature would have to be able to climb the tree or something. You're here from now to tell me you have food. Well, hello from now as well. Congratulations on the food. Radicate's trying to have food, but he doesn't. Okay, so we do have to increase the spacing. We could go like a tile and a half. So what I want to do is... Where is that? It's in Radicate. It's in the Behave tree. It's the at best thing. So annoyingly, even though these are 16 by 16 sprites, some of them that I was using, actually most of them, every single sprite was 2 by 2. So I just doubled the size of the tiles. So really the tiles are actually 32. So we're gonna go 1.5 spaces. We're gonna go 48. Since we don't have tile-based movement anymore, that should be good enough. Let's see if Radicate can now begin enjoying his snack. Fuck. Better eat, boy. No, he's not eating. Okay, so this is what lets us designate current prop. We take our target and we set that equal to our current location, letting us know we are in fact at that bush to eat from it. So I wonder why... All right, we're going to boost this up one more time and see if that does it. Maybe it is more than a tile and a half away. It really doesn't look like it. You love Tally Hall. I don't know what Tally Hall is. Okay, so now they're a band. Huh, all right. Oh, it's good to like music. Now we have an awkward situation where he didn't even walk toward it. But he was able to eat from it. Okay. Dang, so it's more than a tile and a half of space away. Two tiles seems like too much. Let's see what that looks like though. They went on hiatus. They had their own show for Disney. Whoa, cool. All right. Then they're probably pretty good then. right? Okay, Eradicate. Let's see how awkward this looks. I don't mind if he starts eating early, but I still want him to kind of butt right up against the thing. Okay, and he still will. Okay. The only problem now is if he spawns in very close to something, he won't be told to go to it. If he spawns in within within a tile space. Okay. All right, that's okay though. That's an okay limitation for now. I think I theoretically know a way to fix that. We can just have him we can make a ray that points toward the target and then tell him to face that direction. But I feel like that's going to be a minimal issue. You're an early 2000s band. Was I still watching? I feel like I was watching the Disney Channel in the early 2000s. I was like 10? Yeah. I would have been watching the Disney Channel. By the time I was like 14 or 15, I only watched the Disney Channel for Boy Meets World. And maybe an occasional cool movie that was on. But I don't remember them at all. Maybe they were on one of the special Disney channels. I didn't have the special Disney channels. There were like 2 extra Disney channels at some point. Okay. What the fuck do I do next? Right, we want to bring in the bushes, and we want them to spawn berry bushes slower than Eradicate eats them. So, where are you at? Oh, right. Okay, so we are constantly trying to spawn new berries, and it's just that there's like an 80% chance. We could lower that chance. Oh, and then okay, did I actually... I did actually manage to get the global timer connected to this. Okay. So let's make the global timer... we'll say it'll take 2 seconds to time out. So then each bush is going to try every 2 seconds to spawn a berry. And let's make the spawn chance... maybe like 40%. Let's see if that's enough. We just need to push it a little bit down so that Eradicate can out-eat them and then go on his way for more food. They took heavy inspiration from the Beatles for some of their songs. It's a good group to take inspiration from. I don't love the Beatles, but they're pretty good. They've got some fun out there shit. Uh-oh. Okay. So we do have a problem. Eradicate's hungry. Oh, and he just stopped. The berries grew back, but he's just stopped. He didn't move on. And he just like stopped eating. Okay. All right. Oh. That makes sense. I think based on how I have this program, that feels right. And it's silly that I didn't realize that would be a problem. Okay. So... okay, so the meat of what we have to do is in here. This is like, he's hungry, and there's food to eat. So we're gonna need like another if that's like he's hungry, but there's no food to eat. Okay, so what needs to happen? If he's hungry and there's no food to eat, he needs to go back to sniffing and looking for new food. So okay, so we could either just restart the whole thing, but in that case, he's only gonna address his hunger if it's above 50. And I guess that's okay. Like, if he's hungry enough to go look for food, and he goes and he finds a little bit of food, and then he's still hungry, but he's not that hungry. Like, that seems fine. I do that. Sometimes there are no good snacks that seem like I want to eat them, and so I'm just like, all right, you know what? I don't need to eat right now. I'm kind of hungry, but I don't need to. Yeah, okay, that seems fine. So then we want another if in here. And we don't super care about the timer. We don't care about what the time left is on the timer. All we care about is he still wants to eat from the bush, right? Like if he has room, if his hunger is greater than or equal to 10, then that means he's got room for another berry. So if he would eat it while he was there. But if there is less than one berry left, which I guess means 0. There's 0 berries left. Then he's got to do some things. I guess actually all we do is return failure? Let's see. Where are we? What happens if we fail? We are part of a sequence. I think really we could return either thing. The sequence is trying to go through everything, and it'll only keep going from one thing to the next if it succeeds at everything, but we're at the very end of it. And I don't think it actually matters what we return, but like conceptually it feels right to say like Eradicate failed at eating. He was still willing to eat. There just wasn't food around. And so then what that should mean is if he fails, then the hunger sequence should fail. Then that means we're going to move on to trying to deal with our thirst. And I guess that's okay. Like if Eradicate was thirsty at that point, then maybe he'd be like, okay, so I ate all the berries right here, but now I'm really thirsty, so I'm going to go drink some water. And then at that point, he might be like, okay, you know what? Now that I've dealt with my water needs, I'm actually still hungry enough. I'm going to go look for more berries. And then he would hop back into the beginning of this. Okay, so this might just work. This might have been all that I had to do to be able to re-trigger the whole tree, which means that he'll go back to sniffing and looking for food. Come on, eat all those berries away. Okay. It did jump to thirst. We got a failure 2T, which means it did jump into the thirst zone. Right, to be like, I'm not thirsty. Failure 2T is just like, I'm not thirsty, dude. So then what is happening? The need sequence is trying to achieve success in all parts. And then if that is the case, then it will go on to the want selector. Now, that's obviously not happening because we hit failure. So the need sequence is like, do I have needs I need to fulfill? Yes. Which ones should I deal with? Is fatigue important? No, not right now. Radicate's only hungry. He's not tired or thirsty. Okay, we go into hunger. Is hunger important? Yes. And then, I guess we're getting to the point where hunger's low enough that then he's not going to be hungry anymore. So, okay, here's what we do. We're gonna make the global timer. We're gonna make it like 20 seconds. So no new berries are gonna grow. And then we're gonna start with one berry on the bush, and we're gonna make it a 0% chance to spawn a new berry. Let's see if that works. Will it get mad at me? A number between 1 and 0. Oh, no. The number is between 1 and 100, and then it checks to see if that random number is smaller than the spawn chance. Okay, so then it should never be smaller. So then no berry will ever spawn. Perfect. Okay, yep, they all have one berry. So now we'll see what happens. Okay, so it's the same failure. Shit, but again, Radicate's food went down below 50. His hunger went down below 50. So, okay, this isn't a good example because now he's satisfied. What should happen is the behavior tree is like, okay, I'm ready to go do. I've done everything Radicate needs. I'm ready to go do what he wants, but he doesn't want anything yet. We don't actually have this program. So everything technically is still working as intended. So let's fix that. Let's increase Radicate's hunger by 50. When he's not eating, his hunger is just gonna fucking skyrocket. That boy's gonna be famished on a moment's notice. And then we'll just get out of the way. Okay. So you're periodically printing things. So yeah, what is happening? What are you doing? It keeps periodically printing failure 2T. Which sort of makes sense. But actually, it should only be printing that if it works all the way through the hunger sequence. And the hunger sequence should be stopping the behavior tree and not letting it go forward more. Because Radicate's still hungry. His hunger is at 88. And actually, yeah, I need to adjust this. When I print failure 2T and then a number, that's his thirst. And that's not incredibly clear. You know what? I guess it's okay. It would be a pain to change it in all the different spots where I'm printing it. For at least for hunger. Okay. So let's go through all of these. You get a failure 2F. So we should always, the ones always come before the twos. The one, there's a success 1 or a failure 1. Actually, no, I think just successes for all of the different needs. So if he was tired and hungry and thirsty, we'd get 3 different success values printed out. But right now we only get the hunger one because he's only hungry. Then we would move into fatigue and checks to see if his fatigue is above 50. And it's like, nah, it's not above 50. Okay, so we don't need to deal with fatigue right now. So then let's move on to hunger, right? And then we get a success 2H, and I think that makes sense. I think that's just checking right here to be like, are we hungry? Is our hunger above 50? Yeah, we hungry. Okay. Then we get a success 3H, and that's just, are we hungrier than we are thirsty? If we were hungry and thirsty and our thirst number was higher, we'd go deal with thirst first. But that's not the case. So we succeed and we keep moving on within our hunger tree. Okay. And then I'm printing a value. I believe I told it to do that recently, but I'm not super interested in that right now. Okay, now kind of foolishly, I inserted this later. The spot where you would think you would have failure or success for H. There is nothing here because I put this in later when we already had 4H successes and failures in here. So what is happening in here? We are getting a success. What is the deal with that? The only way we can get a success is if the target prop isn't null. Right, so we're not clearing out the target appropriately. Okay. Okay, so that makes sense. Because previously where I had cleared the target out was only when we were done eating. And that is foolish. We would also need to clear it out if there's nothing to eat. We no longer would have our target in this case. So I think we just put in all those same clearing out things in here. We don't want to clear the number of spots visited. We want him to keep going from spot to spot. Because this could be happening. This would only be happening if he's eating from bushes. Because we're looking at the count of the bush. Okay. And so then we're saying, okay, this bush runs out of berries, so remove your target, remove the thing you're currently at, get rid of your nav target, stop trying to move toward that target, and return failure. Okay, let's see how this changes things. Come on, Eradicate, I believe in you. Okay, it was foolish. It was foolish to believe in you. Because I made you. All right, buddy. What's going wrong here? So we're still getting a success 3H. And that's fine. But we are also getting the success 4H. And that, again, that we don't want that. That's a no-no. Why are you happening? We shouldn't be setting our current prop, or our current prop should not be equal to our target prop. We should have cleared all that out, and then we should only be looking for a target that has berries. The only way to, the array. Okay, no, yep. I'm a big dummy. I made a note about it. That eventually, when sniffing for food, Eradicate needs to clear old arrays. Now, I guess we do it every time he sniffs. Yeah. Yeah. Because the idea is going to be, we want all new information. Him sniffing, who cares that there was a bush in the area before? Get rid of that, and if it's still in the area, we'll add it back in the right spot. Okay. And we can test this. We'll put a bunch of berry bushes around him. We'll test to see if he can complete the current test, which is to run from one bush to the next. Then we'll put 3 bushes around him and see if he should dart to the closest one, then the next closest, then the next closest. Okay, so we just need to set all the arrays. All of them except one of them. One of them are the locations he visits, and we will deal with populating those on a different day. Okay, so it's just array 0, 1, and 2. Is there like a cool command where I can just do like array 1 empty and be like empty you out? I guess I can probably just reset it. And we'll just do this for all 3 of them. Let's see if that works. This is such fun problem solving. It's so peak human to solve a stupid, pointless problem that you made up. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, dog, he's going. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, good job, Radicate. Okay. Greg, I'm more proud of Radicate than I've ever been of you. Did you know that? You're a little monster. Radicate, anytime Radicate does wrong, I know that I messed him up. But when you do fucked up shit, I'm just like, why are you the way you are? Did the streets ruin you? I can't fix that. Oh. She doesn't know how to deal with love. Even when she's in like a mood to be scratched, and I can tell because she's like leaning into it, she all of a sudden is like, wait, I should fight you. Her little foot in the back is like, do I kick him? Do I kick him? I don't know. Fuck, what do I do? Oh shit. Like, so often I see her weird little street cat instincts like taking over. She can't fucking help it. And God, that's the worst thing I could do is to goad her into kicking me. Greg, you're very sweet. I didn't mean what I said. You're a lovely cat. Okay, so now let's try our other test. Can he handle 3 bushes all inside of his zone? She's cute but rude, yeah. That reminds me of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon show. The intro describes all the characters, and they specifically say Raphael is cool but rude. And then he says, give me a break. That's Greg. She's crude. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. She's so sweet though. Look at this. She's just like, oh, she's off camera. Greg, you're off camera. She's like loving the chin scratch and her little tongue is sticking out. Oh my God. It's so cute. Oh my God. Oh my God. Actually, is the tree cam? No, that's the other camera. Hold on. There's also this camera. Hey, you can kind of see it. There we go. Wow, that is a very disorienting view. The camera is like low. It's down there. It's like low on my desk looking up. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Greg. Okay. All right. Back to being productive. She's crude like the power of Earth. Oh my God. Greg, are you an Earth cat? Are you an Earthbender? You just keep your powers a secret for safety? Okay, next rat test. Let's go. She does blow up quite often. Yeah, it is absolutely adorable. Okay, Eradicate. Spring into, oh. Whoa, he went to this one, but then decided to go to that one. That was very interesting. Okay, now he's like, I need more berries, bro. Where they at? Where them berries, dog? I'm starving. Okay, this is fucking cool. The shit's coming together. And now he's going to his den. Now he's snacking in his den. Cool. And done with snacks. All right. We end with a hunger level of 8, and that's absolutely acceptable. Hey. Right, I have it jacked up so he gets hungry like again immediately. Okay. So let's go back and change all the things again. I want the global timer. Thank you, Crazy Pants. Okay, let's do a little confetti. I think I want the global timer to be like 5 seconds. Right, the end goal is that everything will be looking toward the global timer to be like, should I grow a berry? Should I grow an apple? Should I turn from a seed into a sapling or from a sapling into a fully grown bush? Should I go from being a baby Rattata to a fully grown Raticate? And then we'll just set the odds of any of those events happening to be appropriate. So if I want a berry to spawn on average every like 10 seconds, then it would have a 50% chance of happening every 5 seconds. And it's not perfect, but the goal is for it to not be perfect and to seem kind of random. Yeah. And then we can also maybe delay, like if a Rattata was just born, he won't risk turning into a Raticate immediately, not until he's been alive for so long. Oh my God, Greg popped her little ear like backwards. All right, I'm just gonna leave the Greg cam on. Oh, you can't see it. This ear over here, this one. Yeah, kind of flipped out. She doesn't even care. I feel like I would care so much if my ear was like flipped inside out. Hey, Greg, your ear. Yeah, fix it. There you go. She cared once I touched it. All right. Oh my God, I'm so satisfied with this fucking progress. It's like kind of almost getting functional. Oh, cool. Okay. All right. You're impressed by my accomplishments here? Thank you. Lengthening those telomeres. I don't even know. Is that actually possible? I feel like they just naturally shoot. They naturally get shorter or longer. One of them. The one is bad. When you age, they do the bad one. I don't know. Whatever. Thank you for the compliment, Crazy Pants. Okay. Fucking now what? I think now we need to, Raticate needs to deal with, his thirst. He has a great thirst, so we'll move the berry bushes out of the way, just for now. And actually, let's put them over here. Okay. Keeping them long, you guess. They shorten as you age. Okay, yeah, great. Yeah, sure. If they are naturally shortening them, then... Sorry, if they naturally shorten, then sure, then you would be lengthening them if you were... If that even does happen when you learn things. I don't know. I think, like, intense exercise helps them. But then, I don't know if you're actually lengthening them or just preventing them from shortening. I don't... Maybe it's all about perspective. I don't know. Okay, so yes, his thirst. It's like basically the same as hunger, but easier. Because we're just, for the sake of the situation, we're not going to have like little tiny bodies of water that Raticate can drink all of. We're gonna just assume like all bodies of water is they're unending. They're endless. The best shortening is store-bought. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right. I don't even know if that's true. Maybe that's true. Arr, arr. Don't eat me, Greg. That's rude. Okay, so currently, Raticate has his watering hole. He has the spot he goes to drink. But we want to change that. And we essentially... Ooh. Ooh, how do we do this? Okay, so we want Raticate to find water the same way he finds food, right? He sniffs for it. But it can't be exactly the same because right now when he sniffs for food, it's just like anything that he detects in here, he's just like, yeah, that's food. So I think Raticate needs another he needs another resource detection thing. And it needs to be on its own layer. We need to do like layer 16 is for food, and I already messed up. I named layer 16 sniffable. Okay, let's think about this. So what we could do, we have our water pool. Shit, do you have a script out here? I want you to have a script not attached from a parent scene, but directly attached to you. So what are you? You're just water pool A1. Okay, so we're going to detach it here on the like child scene level, and we're going to go to your actual scene, and we're going to attach that bitch. No. This is one thing I think Godot could do better. It could kind of guess at what you're trying to do. Like, there are some mistakes like this that I feel like it could guess that I've done. But maybe it doesn't need to be that beginner friendly. Okay, so you should be in scripts. No, we're already in scripts. Okay, all right, brain. Okay. And you're a prop script? Yes, great. Okay. All right, so let's attach that. So what could we do? We could make like a subclass here. What if it's not a mistake and is a feature? Well, no. It's the absence of something. What if you use a different design pattern? Well, I guess the thing I'm specifically getting at is I did something that I think is flawed, which is that I attached a script here. So if I ever duplicate this thing, or if I go to use the water pool in like a different scene, it won't have the script attached to it. But I want the script to be attached to it no matter where it's being used. And I guess you're right. I could be working on a game where I don't want to do that. But if I delete the script from here and then I go to add a script over here, I think Godot could realize like, oh, you had this script attached as a child. Like, shit. You had the script attached to water pool where it's a child of a scene. But then you immediately went to look at it as its own separate scene and wanted to attach the script. So I should guess that you just want to reattach that script you just removed from it because this is a different place to have it attached, and it's potentially it's more repeatable, it's more reusable if it's attached here. And so yeah, you could be right that I don't want to do that, but I think if Godot saw this series of actions, it could guess that this is what I wanted to do. But that's okay. I probably will stop doing this pretty quickly. At this point, I've realized it's a bad thing to do, and I'm just now having to still go back and fix my mistakes, which is, you know, that's fine. That's fine. Anyway, so what we could do is either make the water pool into like a subclass, and same thing with the bushes. We could go with we could make them a subclass of like water and food. And so then Raticate could still sniff them out using one resource detection layer. And then we would essentially change this code to what would we do? We would fill up one array with food. Like, so we'd have like array 1F and array 2F and array 0F, and those would be all the food arrays. So Raticate would do one sniff, and he would put all the food into one set of arrays and all the water sources into another set of arrays. Let's think about that. Because also in the future, I want Raticate to be able to detect threats. So essentially, we're either looking at okay. So we're either looking at one detection area that gets everything. It gets food, it gets water, it gets threats, because like, I don't know, Raticate could smell a person coming. I imagine like rats and mice probably know what cats smell like on some level, so they can avoid them, you'd hope. They certainly know what cat urine smells like because of the weird toxoplasmosis. It's a parasite that gets in the rat or the mouse, and it makes them stop being afraid and makes them stop avoiding cat urine and cat feces. And weirdly, it starts to make them excited. They start to just love it. And so then they're more likely to be where cats are, and then they get eaten. And then the toxoplasmosis needs to be eaten. It needs the rat to get eaten by the cat so that it can finish its reproduction cycle. It's the craziest shit. And even crazier is humans can get infected by toxoplasmosis, and it makes them like cats more. They like love cats more. But then also it makes them more prone to dangerous actions. So like a bunch of people who like do crazy like motorcycle shit, they have toxoplasmosis. Why are we talking about cat urine? It's a also hello, Salat Wurzel. Cool name. It was an aside from talking about how I want Raticate, our example creature, how I want him to detect things, because we're deciding either he's going to have one area where he can detect everything, both predators, food, and water, or we go with three separate areas. Each one detects one thing. And I think that might be the way to go, because then I can change the size of those areas. I could make it so that he can sniff out water more easily than food. And I think maybe what might be the case is, what's most important about that is that would let me really tweak how much he avoids predators or threats. Okay, so yeah, I think it's a good idea to make them separate layers, so that, like I said, I can change the radius of them. Especially because the goal is going to be, we're going to reproduce this for a bunch of other creatures. And I'll want all of them to have different kinds of abilities of seeking food, right? Like some of them will only be able to seek food by sight. Some of them will have a good sense of smell. I don't know. Separate is the way. Do one thing and do it good. Yeah. It's hard to know, since this is the first game that I've made, that if I do that for too many things and I have too many separate functions instead of like overlapping stuff where I might end up with like a very poorly optimized game. But I think that's going to happen anyway. So we'll just go with what makes sense now. Durg sent me a video that's like game devs who are new, stop trying to optimize your stuff. Make the game, then try to run the game and see what actually is causing problems, because you might waste your time optimizing something that doesn't freaking need optimizing. Okay, so I think it would be sensible to rename these, but before I do that, I think we should think about where they're used. So I think it's just right here. I think it's just right here that we're using resource detection to get overlapping information. And so then that should be a pretty easy change. Yeah, that's the only spot. Okay, great. So then let's go ahead and say this will be food detection. And then, of course, you're going to be water detection. And then I guess we'll just call this one like threat detection. And I'm thinking that some creatures will be much more sensitive to threat detection. Some creatures would be less sensitive to it. Like a bird that's really fast would probably like not really care if somebody gets close to him because he can just fly away. Whereas Raticate is probably going to be hiding from Pidgeottos, so he's going to book it the second he sees a Pidgeotto. Had to upgrade to 64 gigabytes of RAM. Dang, I think I still have 32. Unreal sometimes takes almost 20. Honestly, yeah, that makes sense. If you're if you are working with like a really big 3D game, I could see it being even worse than that. Like before you have everything optimized. Yeah, that's, oh man. I'm happy I'm just making like a tiny little pixel art game. I messed around in Unreal Engine for a bit, and it does seem really cool. It seemed easy to understand, but also like a beast of a program. All right, so I'm gonna take, whoa, nope. We want to delete this and then just drag over food detection. Okay, so then that should fix everything with that. But then what we have to worry about is, let's see, let's edit the layer names. So currently layer 16 is called Sniffable. That was when foolishly I thought we would be combining all things. So this will be like, we're just gonna call layer 16 food detection. Sure, yeah. And then layer 15 is going to be water detection. And then layer 14 is going to be threat detection. Okay. And so that should be okay. And so we'll go ahead and set you to 14. And it should just be mask, right? Because you're just looking. You're just looking. You're not actually stopping things from colliding. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so then the next thing to do would be to look at our bush. Our bush has a hitbox and a collision shape. And so we're going to duplicate that idea for the water pool. So the water pool, you need a new hitbox. Oh, do I actually just want to use the script? Ooh. I just want to reuse that scene. Might be able to. Oh, right. I was messing around with being able to damage bushes. And right, this is actually just a very basic hitbox, the goal of which is to be able to reuse it. I mean, you don't even do the main thing that I had added in here, which is taking damage. I guess we might extend the functionality at some point. Okay, whatever. Yeah, we'll just reuse it. It should either not matter or be helpful. Hopefully. And then you need an area 2D? No, you need a collision shape. You are an area 2D. You need a collision shape. And we should go into here. Where are you at, water pool? Why are you so offset weird? Whatever. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, Greg, I'm gonna hide you. You're just chilling out. You're not doing anything cute. Okay, so what are we doing? We just want to give you probably just a simple square. Probably. I do like a square with rounded edges. No. Yeah, and you're more square than you are circle, so good enough is good enough. And I don't think I want snapping. Okay, so it's not gonna be perfect no matter what. And actually, shoot, you know, honestly, I should be working on the other collision shape, the actual collision shape. Because really for this, I don't care if it sticks over, but I guess really I should get all the water, right? Because the idea is if you're smelling water, and I'm setting up the range at which you can smell water as a creature, then the thing you're actually looking at should cover all the water. All right. Pretty close. Not quite. Technically, you could sniff this corner and realize there's water when, like, really you probably shouldn't have been able to smell that. It's not actually water. But that's fine. We'll just fucking fudge it. I'm not going to draw a unique polygon. Nobody's going to notice. Okay, actually, no, that would be very cool if my game was popular enough that people did notice. I would appreciate that. Come into the Reddit threads where people are saying I'm a failure, and I'll just be like, I'm just so happy you cared. I don't even care that you think I did a bad job. Clearly, you care, and that, like, wow. Wow. Hold on.
Wow.
There we go. Okay, so specifically you need to be... You don't look anywhere, but you need to be on 15. And then you don't need to be monitoring, but you need to be monitorable. Let's check and see. Great. Yep. No monitoring. Yes, monitorable. And then you're on that layer. Okay. Great. Now we need to go back to Eradicate. And actually, okay, no, hold on. Before we do that, let's duplicate ourselves another water pool. And put it right there. We're gonna slowly step things up. Eventually we'll have Eradicate running the circuit again, looking for water pools like he was looking for bushes. For now, we just gotta get this set up. And okay, and you know what? This actually I think might be a problem. So the bush's center was already causing a problem. With Eradicate trying to figure out how close he was to the center and if he was close enough to nom some berries. But the water pool, I think, is going to be even more of an issue. If we hide everything except the sprite. So it thinks like this is where its middle is. Can I just offset you? You know I can do that with the camera. Shit. I just want to say your middle is right fucking here, buddy. Can I could just yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, I think that's the answer. So then we have the very middle. Yeah. But then, yep. That's still a problem. Okay, let's realign this. Not a huge deal if it's inaccurate. No biggie. Who cares? Okay. And actually, I don't feel like you're too big. We can have the creatures kind of stepping into the water a tiny bit. All right. Okay. So now, let's save and then go back to the world, and I think things are going to be... Yeah, things are, like, weirdly offset. Gotta, like, put them back where they should actually be. There we go. We'll keep the middle. Eradicate. I think he'll be able to sniff it, even if it's like this. So actually, yeah, let's test that. If he's overlapping the area at all, he should be able to tell, and then he should be able to go up to it. And then we need to make sure we're going to need to measure this distance or approximate it to figure out how far away he's going to be when we need to actually tell him, like, okay, you made it. You can start drinking. Okay. That's done. So let's go back to Eradicate, and we need to look at his script. And so now we're going to need an additional function. We essentially need a sniff for food equivalent. So let's take all of this and I think we can kind of... Actually, no, I want to leave sniff for food with find food. So then fine, we'll go down past that. And here's where we'll do the water stuff. And then we can, eventually we can erase this. This was our stand-in where we only had one water source to go to. So now what we're going to do, why did I not copy the name? Should have copied the name. It'll be easier to duplicate the structure. So we're going to sniff for water. And then question is, do I just change the arrays to like 0W? And then we'd have F for food and W for water. We'll just go number wise. And so actually what I want to do is just define these in here. I think, why worry about it? Okay, wait, but maybe not, because the behavior tree is going to be tweaking them. And so maybe that would cause a problem if they're only defined within this area. Maybe not. I don't know, so let's be cautious. So first let's come up with the names. There's 0, 1, 2, and 3 already. So this is going to be 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and so yeah, we'll go up top and define those. Oh my god, it's gonna take so much effort to untangle this spaghetti code that is Eradicate and put him into components. Okay, so we're gonna say array 4. Actually, let's copy this structure because it's all going to be the same stuff. So array 4 is filled with water source area 2Ds. Array 5 is filled with water source object IDs. And array 6 is the actual amount of food. Okay, so we don't need an array 6, right? Because water sources, again, we're just assuming they're infinite. It would be very cute to have it like rain and to have like little puddles appear and then maybe like, worms come out in the rain. We could have like cute little worm creatures that come out and like drink the water, and they're all like competing to drink the puddles as they slowly disappear. But I'm not, that's like sequel territory. That's like I've got a crew of 5 people helping me territory. Okay, so we're getting away with only array 4 and 5, is how it seems. Okay. And they're just set to be 0, just like the others. Yep, they're just empty arrays when we start. Great, that's fine. We still need to empty them out. Because boy, did we have a problem not doing that. So confused why Eradicate's food sniffing functionality didn't work, and it was because we weren't emptying out his arrays. Okay. So we're going to still need a local variable that's just going to be the best water prop. And then we're going to make this is going to be array 4. And it's going to be just water detection. And for x in array 4, we're going to make array 5. Okay. And then this is making array 6, but we decided we don't need that. Don't need the quantities of the water. Then... okay, so Radicate decided he found food when array 2 max was greater than 0, because array 2 is where we stored the number of berries, because he's not looking for bushes so much as he's looking for berries. And so this would be array 6, but we don't have an array 6. So we would be looking at array 5, and I think we're just checking to see if it's not empty. If is empty equals false, then it's not empty. That's not okay? Oh my god. Assignment. I'm assigning, not evaluating equality. Okay. So that makes sense, right? Because we take array 4, which is us detecting things, and then we're getting the parent of it, which is going to be the actual object ID. And then if we then have values in array 5, then that means we've found an object ID. And so we're not going to be looking for the max value. Previously, Radicate looked for which bush had the most berries and then went to that bush. But instead, I don't know, do we want like the closest water source? I don't even think it matters if we go closest. He could just go for one of them. Somewhere that I already coded away based on someone's advice, it's this. How to find the closest point. You just do a for loop. You just assume the first point is closest, and then you just check to see if other points are closer and constantly replace your assumed closest with a new closest. Right, so then Radicate isn't actually... He isn't actually going to the berry bush with the most bushes. He's just going to the closest berry bush. That's fine. Okay. So we can use this same idea. Actually, yeah, what? Radicate, what the hell are you doing? I think he is here where he's sniffing. He's actually finding the prop to go to that has the max. Right, because, okay, nope, yeah, because this is where he's choosing a spot to go to. He's going to the closest part of his little, like, known path. Right. That's what this array is. Array 3 is his known, like, areas to check for food that will lead him kind of all around the island. Okay. Right, and so that's if he doesn't find anything. So honestly, like, if Radicate can sniff 2 sources of water, I feel like just like, who cares? Just choose one. index, what would we do? Select a random number that's within the array size. Okay. Okay. And so we only needed this intermediate. We needed best food prop because it was like the position of the best food prop. It was like the best berry value is the 5th value in this list. So the 5th value in the previous list is the best bush to go to. So we don't actually need this. We're just going to need to set our target prop equal to something if array 5 isn't empty. And that's going to be something in array 5. And then we're just going to need like a random number. And then it's a random number, a random integer between like 1 and, oh no, between 0. It can be 0 because the array can have 0. Okay, so between 0 and the size of the array. Between 0 and 1 less than the size of the array. Hold on. Fucking, it's that annoying thing. Okay, so you have an array like this. That's its size. Its size is 5. But then these are all the index values. So you need a random number that's between, 0 and 1 minus array size. Yeah. Okay. So let's make those comments for a second. And in the bush script, I had done a random thing. Randy underscore with a range. Okay. Great. And you know what? No, let's actually type it. I need to get used to that. What we would do is like Randy underscore. Are you gonna? No, he won't autocomplete for me. That's very rude. Okay. So it's between 0 and 1 minus array 5 dot is like size a thing? Is array 5 size? That sounds right. Yeah, it's already up there. Okay, you just like a little scrub, you forgot to put the parentheses. Okay. Cool. All right. So Eradicate's just gonna go to a random one. Who cares? Maybe like, you watch him and you'd be like, why didn't he go to the close one? I don't know. The other one's got a better taste. You just fucking let him be a rat. Let him do what he wants. Okay, so that's if he immediately smells something. But if he doesn't smell any water, then he's got to go find it. And that is this behemoth of a function. Bleep. Okay, you're going to be mad at me because we already have one of these. I know. Okay. So we're going to rename it to find water. And in this situation, we're still going to be using target prop. I'm foreseeing a potential problem because he sets the target prop is always the thing he's going to be going toward, whether it's food or water or his home because he's tired. Now, what happens? What's going to happen if Eradicate is like thirsty and then he sets his target prop to a body of water? But then if time passed and he became more hungry than he was thirsty, he needs to, okay. I'm going to have to really look through the logic and make sure I clear out target prop at any point where Eradicate could decide he's going to go do something else. Because I foresee a terrible problem where Eradicate is hungry, but he's heading toward a body of water and he's like, I'm here. Why can't I eat, man? Why can't I fucking eat, dude? Oh, shit. Okay, yeah, so that could easily become a problem. Not yet. During testing, we're just going to be making him only hungry or only fatigued or only thirsty. All right. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna change this note. Eradicate needs to find the closest point on array 5? Oh no, because this is okay, this is still his little path. This is still like Eradicate's known little like path around the island. So I think we would still do that. We would still have him consult array 3. But this time he's doing it, he's heading down his known pathways to find water. Okay. So that's still okay. Now we have a clause while looking for food that's like, okay, Eradicate, did you not find any food? Then we'll pretend you have an emergency stash of food in your den. I guess as a failsafe, we just do the same thing with water. I would like to think he's never going to fail to find water, because we would make the water sources permanent, but I can see a situation where there are like puzzles, like boulders to move around, and a player is just going to move the boulders in front of like Eradicate's only source of water. And if Eradicate is hungry or fatigued or thirsty, then he's going to get like debuffs in combat. So I guess that could be like a cool way to reward the player, but also I kind of hate the idea of them like dehydrating Eradicate before they attack it. Although potentially a cool speedrun strat, right? Like get this Eradicate to starve, or like a Dragonite or something that would be crazy strong. Like starve him out, trap him, get him tired and thirsty and hungry, and now you can like, you're only like level 20, but you can catch him at like level 40, and now you've got just a fucking over-leveled powerhouse for the rest of the game. He'll just always be like level 20 to level 40, whatever that amount of experience is. He's just that much higher than he really should be as you use him as your only creature for the game. Okay, that's an interesting idea, but maybe we try to prevent that. So fine, we'll still send Eradicate to his den if he searched too much, and we'll leave the functionality in where, just like eating, he can drink while he's at his den. That seems fine. Okay. Now this we need to change. Oh no, this isn't. No, this is fine. This is if he gets close to his nav points, and he should always be able to get pretty close to them. Unless the player, okay, what would the player have to do? They'd have to surround one of his nav points with 2 objects. Like you'd have to put a boulder on the object, and then more boulders blocking him. So he'd have to be more than a space away. Okay. Yeah, let's up it. And also we should up it in the food one. And then that does mean he will never go exactly to that point. He'll get close to it, and then he'll decide on a next point to go to, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, so Eradicate chooses the next point. He's also keeping track of the number of spots he's visited. Right. Yeah, I think that'll be okay. As long as we reset it, should be okay. Oh my god, I just got a narrow but long ice cube. And I just thought, oh, I'll swallow it. And then I tried to swallow it, and it like was long enough and shaped right that it just, like as my throat closed, it just like popped back into my mouth. It was like, nope. That was fucking weird. Okay. Okay, so all of this functionality stays the same. And so now it's going to come down to how we utilize it inside the behavior tree. Okay. So we have find water and we have sniff for water. And so what are we going to do? The thirst check stays the same. He's just like, hey bro, am I thirsty? No? Okay, don't care. Yes? All right, then let's keep going with these thirst-related functions. Hold on, before we jump into this, what I want to do is now change. We're gonna raise the boy's thirst. Okay. Okay, so first he checks to see, like, I'm thirsty. Am I already at? In this case, a pre-designated water point. We have just let Radicate know, like, hey, when you're thirsty, your watering hole is up here. And, you know, honestly, oh, sorry, Greg. Is this worth doing? Like, is that okay? Okay, I think it's worth doing because if Radicate wants to avoid predators, eventually what we want to do is, like, he'll choose a watering hole, but if a predator comes by, then he will leave. And in that case, hopefully he would choose a different watering hole. Okay, now let's think this through. So, if a predator comes after Radicate, a typical situation would be like, okay, it's a Pidgeotto. Pidgeotto sees Radicate. The hunt is on. Well, okay, if Pidgeotto's hungry, maybe Pidgeotto just killed and ate Eradicate, and Pidgeotto's like, I don't give a fuck. I think in that situation, Eradicate would still run. Another situation would be that Eradicate notices Pidgeotto, but Pidgeotto does not notice Eradicate. Maybe Pidgeotto's drinking some water and is distracted, also not hungry. So it doesn't care, right? What would it care about Eradicate? Oh, that's interesting to think about. Should I put in some kind of threat assessment? Like, a rat is a scavenger. Would Eradicate try to kill a Pidgeotto if it thought it could win? Like, normally bird hunt rat, but rat is opportunistic. Ooh, okay, hold on, let me make a note about that. So specifically, for hunting and prey, perhaps Eradicate would attack a weakened Pidgeotto. So we could have some kind of, like, threat assessment that has, that's kind of fuzzy. Like, Eradicate could figure out Pidgeotto's health within, like, 20% or something. Like, it's not going to be perfectly accurate, but if a Pidgeotto's at, like, 5% health and Eradicate's assessment ends up being pretty close, then maybe he would go for it. Okay, but then okay, I made the note about that, but let's back it up. Let's say instead Eradicate's not going for it, that Pidgeotto's healthy, and he's running away. I had earlier thought about if Pidgeotto notices Eradicate, then Eradicate wants to figure out, like, where can I hide? And if he's near his den, like, duh, just right in the den. Duh. Maybe if he's not near his den, he would run and look for other Eradicate dens or other small holes, dens of other creatures that are small that Pidgeotto can't fit in. Oh, this is a fun idea. Potentially even if Eradicate went to some kind of predator that would eat Pidgeotto but not Eradicate. That would be an interesting dynamic. Okay, I'm making a note of that. That's interesting too. Gotta organize these later on. Okay, so also for hunting, prey runs to another predator that hunts. Let's say to an alpha predator. Prey runs to an alpha predator And you know what? No, let's just use an example. Say prey, eradicate, runs from Pidgeotto to a creature that would eat Pidgeotto, but not eradicate. Cool. Okay. Yeah, that's a really cool idea. I like that. I need lots of little actions like that in the world to surprise people, you know? You gotta keep people on their toes. Make the world feel alive and surprising. Okay, so then again, back to Eradicate trying to run. When does he decide to go back to drinking? Like he hides from the Pidgeotto. Certainly there'd be some amount of time that the Pidgeotto would wait. Maybe not at all. I don't know. I've seen my stupid cats. Well, one stupid cat in particular would just wait outside of gopher holes. And despite him being a big dumb oaf, like, boy, he fucking wrecked 2 gophers. So like they'll wait. The predators will wait. So perhaps we could have Eradicate like pop out and he would like sniff around. Try to identify Pidgeotto. If he sees Pidgeotto still, then he'll wait even longer. We'll have to have some kind of like back and forth. Like I waited for 20 seconds and popped out. He's still there. Okay, I'll wait for like 2 minutes this time. Okay, and then it's a game of patience. But then let's say Eradicate finally emerges and Pidgeotto's gone. Then Eradicate needs to go for a new water source. And especially if I only had one water source that Eradicate always went to, even if let's say there's like 5 of these sources and we spawn Eradicates randomly, they choose one as like, that's my watering hole. I feel like the Pidgeottos would just guard them. And it would be an obvious flaw in my world if the Pidgeottos didn't guard the watering holes to try and get free Eradicate kills. So then we let the Pidgeottos do that, but then we have so many watering holes that Eradicate can kind of just go find a different one, would be the idea. Okay. All right. Yeah, that giant monologue, I guess, has convinced me that Eradicate should have... He should have multiple water holes he's going to. Okay. All right. Oh, Greg, your little foot. Don't stick your little feet out so much, okay? Okay, cutie? Oh my gosh, she's so soft. I don't know how a creature that doesn't bathe can be so freaking soft. All right. We're back here. Existential crisis over. We know what we're doing. So we want to... We don't actually want to do this anymore. I mean, essentially, I think what we want to do is like kind of just duplicate this. Because we know the at best food source works, right? So we're going to comment all of this out and paste in the food situation. Okay, this is the thing we're gonna have to increase. Let's go look at it. How close can the Rat Man truly get? Bonk, that's where he'll overlap. And he might be like down here. He might get kind of stuck down here. He should move and slide, so he should be willing to slide up a little bit, but he might not, you know? And so, okay, I think the easiest thing to do, we now know that Eradicate was at 136.0. So Eradicate, you can go back to where you were. But then it's like move you a tiny bit and then move you back. Okay, so Eradicate was at 136.0 and the pool was at 88, negative 40. Let's just do a quick... I could probably just do this in Godot, but Just no, but you do it for me, internet. I need you to do it for me. Thank you. Okay. All right. 88 negative 40. And 136 0. Hit me. Ooh. Okay. 62.4. So okay, actually, yeah, it's basically comparable. It's just a little bit worse than the worst bush situation. Because the worst bush situation is Radicate's like right here. That is the same distance as right here, but then the water situation could be just a little bit worse. We could just maybe extending it out at a diagonal. And 64 was overkill for the bush situation. So then I think we're okay. All right. Shit. Okay. Why? Nope. Go back to Eradicate. Go back to add best water source. Okay. So then we set our current prop, which is where we're currently at, to our target prop, which is where we were heading. I don't need to print this. Right, and then we would still just leave in this functionality that if the current prop is his home, then we'll hide him. Okay. If current prop is equal to target prop, then we say like, hey, we made it. We're here. We are in fact at our best food source. And if we are not, if that is not true, then we will set our navigation target to our target prop. I don't even think this needs to be a stupid function. Separating it out from this code is like not helpful. Where is that? If I delete it, then I have to change it everywhere that I referred to it. Okay, fine. I won't. Okay, so then that's fine. That's fine. I think maybe we're gonna have like 2 entire streams dedicated to cleaning up Radicate's code and then turning it into nicely reusable modules for all the other creatures. Okay. But maybe we do that after. Ooh, should I make like another creature and test out like, okay, you're gonna be like Radicate, but you're gonna eat like apples from an apple tree and then get them coexisting. Then maybe figure out how to make a Pidgeotto that can hunt both of those creatures. Then try to turn everything into modules. No, I feel like it makes sense to turn things into modules first before making even a second one. So that then it's just all pieces. It's just hard to know exactly what I'm gonna need. I think I can make a good guess though. Like we need navigation functionality, we need sniffing, we need eating, we need drinking, whatever. Okay, all right. Be there when we be there. So then, God, I think all of this is exactly reusable because it's all just using like target and current prop, and we're using that. The water is also a prop, just like bushes are. Then the only thing we would really want to change. Right. Okay, we have. Okay. Yeah, we have things to change. Okay, so first of all, this should be thirst. And then the number is different. We're at the same point of the thirst and the hunger tree, but the thirst tree has one less check because the thirst tree is less important than the hunger tree. So by the time we get to the thirst tree, we don't need to ask, are we like, okay, we're thirsty, but are we hungrier than we are thirsty? Like, no, we don't even need to worry about that because we're only here if that is the case. So the numbers are different. But then actually, I kind of think I might leave these as a 4 because I forgot that we need to add in a find best water source. I'm going to duplicate you. And you would actually go right above the selector. Right above the thirst selector, you're going to be find best water source. And right, then we need to be very careful not to just change the script. We need to potentially detach it and add a new one, but maybe not. Oh, yeah, we do. It needs to be new because this has you running find food. And we want to be running find water. And also we want to sniff for water. Right. Okay, so detach. And then we're just going to copy you before we attach. Find best waters. Sure, that's a fine name. And what you actually need to do is you need to extend action leaf, my guy. And then we're going to sniff for water. And we're going to find water. And my God, I think that's all we do. There's no way this is going to work. This is going to be like so fucking broken. This seems way too simple. Okay, then we're going to copy, go to best food source. And then we're going to look at best water source. We're going to comment everything out. We don't need to copy the extend action leave part, buddy. Okay, we're fine. Or the function tick part. That's already up there. Okay, so what do... I think because we changed sniff for food to sniff for water and the like hunt for find food to find water, I think like all of this still works. And all we want to be doing here is like we want to be printing out our thirst instead of our hunger. Like, I think that's it. Huh. Cool, okay. And then we're also going to copy... Oh, shit, wait, you were... No, okay, that is where I was. Great, okay. We did copy go to best food source into go to best water source and then tweaked it. Okay, and so then now we have the drink action. And the drink action is going to use timer 4. Whereas the eat action used timer 3. And so I think... okay, we did fix that. There's some unnecessary notes. All right, Mr. Eradicate. So we actually need a timer 4 here. And then... Ooh, I bet to save time, I could just keep this being called timer 3. Because then all the variables in here that refer to timer 3 are referring to this, which now is timer 4 up here rather than timer 3. Ooh, but that's so sloppy and unclear. Okay, not doing that. I want to, though. Oh, do I want to? Okay, so we just go through and substitute everything with timer 4. And then we're probably also going to need to change some food-related things. Huh, there was a problem line up top. I don't know why. Pretty cool. Okay, what? Oh, well, you missed a timer 4. But also, what's the problem here? Timer 3 is in here? It's just all the way over here. Okay, all right, let's... Yoop. Get some more room. Okay. Okay, so we need all instances of hunger. Does this have a find and replace? That would probably be dangerous, wouldn't it? Oh my god, there's so many instances of hunger. Okay. It's a good thing I'm going to wrap up soon because I can't words. Okay, we're gonna change all. Actually, yeah, great. Okay, I can double click just hunger. I was afraid it was gonna highlight hunger, actor.hunger rather than just hunger. Just fucking cut those instances down, bro. What are we at? One left. Boom. Okay. And then we want to take anything that says not 6-4, 6H. It's funny. Same finger that hits H, but it was over on the numpad, so I just pressed it. My brain was like, yeah, just depress that finger, and you got it. Like, no, bro, your hand, you're in the wrong spot. Crazy. Okay, so we want to change this to T. We're talking about thirst. God, there's some fucking cartoon where somebody drinks something and says like that was an extreme thirst. I don't know what cartoon it is. I'm gonna Google that real quick. That was an extreme thirst. No, you just get. Oh, SpongeBob. SpongeBob. Great. If you go to videos, it shows up. Cool. All right. When I Googled it, it was just like extreme thirst is there's some disease characterized by these things, including extreme thirst. Okay. Are we already done? Let's see. So if our current prop is not our home, that means we're going to a watering hole. If our thirst is under 10, then it's like, okay, we're done, right? We start at the top where we're done. Then we stop dealing with timer 4. Then we're unpausing the global needs timer. For simplicity, that note is true. Eventually, we will not be pausing the global needs timer. Then we're resetting all these things. Okay, so this variable is a bit problematic. I think it still functions, but it's called number of food spots. And it's not that anymore. Now it's just number of spots that Radicate visits to look for food or for water. So we should probably change that. The other thing is we still have code where Radicate's worried about there not being any berries on the bush, but that's not possible. So we're not gonna have a situation. We're not gonna have this situation. We're not gonna fail because there's no berries on the bush. Because we're drinking from an infinite supply of water. We're not gonna fail because there's no water. So really we just take this out. We take out the worry about the food prop value. And we just worry about the timer situation. It's essentially Radicate will only actually lower his thirst every time this timer runs out. So that way we don't just have Eradicate that goes to the watering hole, instantly drinks, and is instantly full. The thirstier he is, the longer it will take to refill to decrease his thirst meter, to hydrate himself, whatever. And I can't just use a regular timer like in a wait command because of the way behavior trees work. They do not like that. So we just essentially have 2 lines of code that just does one thing if the timer has timed out. It does another thing if it hasn't. If it hasn't, it just does nothing. It just fucking waits. If it's timed out, then it will subtract some thirst. Okay. Then we have a situation if the current prop is their home, then they're gonna just go inside. And that's totally fine. Okay. And then sure, we still want to clear all these things out. We don't mess with the berry bush values at all. Just like our nav target, current and target prop, yeah. Okay. It might work. It might actually work. I don't know. We're gonna check. We've got 4 minutes, so if it doesn't work, we're probably not gonna do anything else. But all right, buddy. Are you thirsty, my dude? You getting thirsty? Oh no. No, buddy, there was something you could drink. It was right there. It was, you're never gonna find it, Raticate. Raticate. Okay, well, oh, he found it. Okay. Now, unfortunately, he's still getting thirsty. So he finds it, he just doesn't think he gets close enough to it. Okay. So now perhaps my distance calculation is off somehow. And let's find out. Let's change this to like 128. That means we've got like twice the distance. That's like at 4 tiles worth of space. Derg. Derg, I don't know what you're saying. Maybe a bigger water hitbox. The problem is how I'm telling him he's arrived. For this part, yes, where he didn't sniff it. That, yes. But him thinking he hasn't arrived is still a problem, because I'm like checking to the distance between them. Okay, so that's not the problem. What's the problem? Okay, you know what? This is going to be for next time. Let's go to the behavior tree stuff. Thirst. What's the thirst problem? Eradicate doesn't know he has arrived at the pool, so he won't drink. All right. Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna continue ending an hour early while my abdomen is still being weird. I do have a surgery for the hernia that I have planned for October 11th. So until then, we'll probably potentially still have short streams. I'm just a little bit sore right now. So annoying, but we'll figure it out. We'll get there. And then after the surgery, I should still be able to stream. I can't lift anything, but I should still be able to stream while recovering. And then within 2 months, I should be like fully able to lift and do all the things, hopefully. So yeah. And then also, again, no stream Tuesday, because I have stupid things I have to do. And I will be busy until like an hour before the stream would end. So that's lame. So we're just going to skip it. Y'all will survive. Oh, that means no coding for a whole week. Okay, that's okay though. That's okay, because I haven't really done any problem solving with this. So you know, we'll figure it out next Friday. 11K, my dudes. Oh my God. All right, you start thinking of a cool thing to use it for. Don't just waste it for nothing, Dirk. But yeah, that does it for me today. Thanks for hanging out, dudes. This was fun. We made some good progress. You're coming on a second TTS. Okay, all right. I'd make it good. Make it good, Dirk. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I'll see you later.